Hi everyone, welcome to Get Ready with me, Louise. So today we're going to be playing with the Mcgrath newest palettes. It's her little mini ones, I guess, her 5 pans. Um, and I got the one eyeshadow palette off of Sephora. I haven't received the other one because they only launched one of the two, but it happened to be the one I wanted, so that worked out. But then I decided to go ahead and get the other one. So I don't know if these were actually supposed to go like with these palettes, like the eyeshadow palettes or not. But what I had done was, since I already have this one, I went ahead and did this eyeshadow palette to match it. And then I'm hoping that this other blush palette comes in so I can do the other eyeshadow palette ASAP. But I don't know when it'll come in. Although Pat McGrath shipping has been quite lovely, in the fact that it actually is shipping rather quickly compared to one of those, the palette prior to the holidays, I think. One of them took forever, that's all I can say. Oh, it was the Bridgerton. Those palettes took forever to ship and get here, but these have been rather quick, I will say. But anyway, so these are what we're going to be playing with today. So the eyeshadow palette is called Nude Allure. The blush palette is called Nude Venus. It is 4 blushes, 1 highlighter. I used the highlighter today on my face, and I used the Blush Divine Rose 3, which is right here. This one here. So I have used this prior to this video because I actually got this in rather quick because Sephora I get 2-day shipping. And I usually get 2-day shipping with Sephora, so that's wonderful. But we are going to be playing with this. And again, this is the Nude Allure, and this is what it looks like. I like it. I do. I do like it. I do like it. But let's talk. So there's one matte, which is right here. And that's the shade we're going to start with. Again, trying to read this, like, which way, who knows. I'm going to guess that it's called Mahogany Angel is the shade name, but I do not know. So we're going to point that way, you do know. But we're going to go, there's only one matte, so that is what it is. But I do like this matte, and here is why. Because you can go in with a very light hand and build up your crease, right? And almost make it into like a transition shade, and then just keep going in and making it darker and darker. So technically it looks like there's more than one shadow, because it is such a just neutral tone in a sense. I personally like this shade a lot. And I think it goes well in this palette. Obviously, on a, perfect palette of 5 pans, I would prefer to have 2 mattes, but it's okay. I kind of like it. I do wonder, I guess that's pretty warm and the other one's pretty cool toned. I was going to say, I wonder if you could combine them even to make, like, oh, that's magnetic. 2 palettes, but this one's more warm tone and the other one's more cool. But I do like the 2 mattes that she did choose for the palettes. I think they are wonderful as far as that goes. So that works for me at least. And because it is only 5 pans, it's like, it makes it simple on like what look you're going to create too. Because there's only so many routes you can go. So, that makes it nice. I really wanted to play with the other palette first. I'm not going to lie. Even though this is kind of more my color story. Or not, I don't know if it's my color story, but this is more shades that I'm familiar with. But the other palette just looks so pretty. So pretty. and cool toned. Like, it's just so pretty. I'm using my Refer brush right now for this. Number 16. But, I mean, all in all, I do think these are cute little palettes. And I kind of understand the thought process. I mean, to give neutrals plus to give a nice big colorful palette. But I'm still drawn to that colorful palette, her Christmas release, to be honest. Like, I really like that palette. I actually have a date night tomorrow, so I was thinking about using that palette, to be honest, and creating a look for day night, and then kind of still waiting for that blush palette to come in to do this other palette. I mean, I could do this palette without the blush palette, but I do think they were kind of like go together in a sense, maybe not, but I kind of just feel like they kind of were. But whether that's just in my mind because of the packaging, could be. So I'm going to take that same matte along the lower lash line. And I love this brush for this. I don't know, like, I found brushes that are kind of like this shape, but there's just something about the shape of this brush, like the width and the amount of bristles and everything, that is just like perfect for under my eye. And I don't know what it is, to be honest. And I have a couple of brushes that are kind of like it, but not exact, that I have found, which is good because that means I can rotate them. But this is still like my favorite brush for under my eye. And it's a shame because you can't get it no more. At least not like that, not in this kind of set. Now, I haven't looked to see if maybe you can get this brush like in a different set or not. The brush is from It Cosmetics. So they got tons of brushes, but I don't know if you can get it or not. I don't know. There's just... I like this matte. I think it's perfect. If you're only going to have one matte, like, it has to be dead on. You know what I mean? And I feel like it is because you can make it deep and dark, or just barely a hint of color in a sense. You know what I mean? And it blends nicely. So like I said, if I had to just choose one matte, I think this is a good matte to have, to be honest. And I'm glad it's in here. Alright. Let me make sure I got them both about the same. And of course, I love this brush. And like you just saw, I darkened it up again. And I'll blend it up. I just really think that the look actually came out. I mean, I didn't doubt the look wouldn't come out good. I didn't. And like I said, I do like the fact that she came out with a lower price point with these. And she did give you a little bit of color in this one here. But if I had to choose, like, I'd still choose the bigger palette. But if you were looking, you know, to save a little bit of money, this may be the palette for, you know, one of these two may be the palette for you. So now I'm going to go into, well, I know this one is Coral Kiss because it's the middle color. And it's right here. So we're going to go into that. And I would say that this is a coral color, to be honest. I would say that. And I'm going to place it on the inner part of my lid and take it in. And again, I could just do this color all over the lid even. And be fine. I didn't spray it or wet it or anything like that. And it doesn't look too bad on my lid. Obviously, my lids are aging. And they're old and they're tired. And it doesn't necessarily enhance my fine lines by no means. I mean, you can obviously see them, sure, but they don't make it look bad or anything. If anything, I'd say my lids look better having this on them than not at all. So, and again, I'm using a rougher brush. This one's the number 2. Now I'm going to wipe that brush off with just my cloth here. It's just a microfiber cloth. And then we're going to go into this shade right here, and I'm going to put it on the outer corner of my lid. And blend it in. And I'm doing that just to give this outer corner a little more depth. And it works to do that, so that's a good thing. I like it for that. Definitely can use on this, or you can use this to deepen that outer corner up if you want it to. You don't have to, but if you want it to. Okay. I think I got it blended in pretty good there. I may go back into that coral shade actually. Let's go back into that and put it right there to blend them together a little bit better. There we go. Are they even? I feel like they're not. Why do I feel like that? Maybe they are. Okay, we're gonna leave it because I'll just keep going back and forth, back and forth. And in all honesty, I don't need any fallout, so it just is what it is. So for inner corner, we're going to go into this shade right here. Pick up a little bit and just put it on the inner corner. I like this shade too. It's very pretty. It's good inner corner for me. It's almost on the verge of being a little too dark, but it's just like, I guess, perfect really. Like it's darker than I like for sure, but It's not like it's not too dark to where it doesn't work. You know what I mean? So it works basically. Let's just say that it works. Okay, that's all for the palette. Now I'm going to curl the lashes, and I'm actually using a new mascara. Shocker, I know. But I've been hearing a bunch of people raving on this mascara, and I thought, well, if they like it, maybe, just maybe, I will, right? The chances are slim, I know, because 9 out of 10 times, I don't agree. It's either somebody likes something and I don't like it, or I like it and somebody else doesn't like it. Like, it's very seldom that it's like a unanimous thing, you know? But this is the Rare Beauty mascara. And I'm going to use that for my top lashes. And I put the Tarte Fake Awake as my waterline up in top waterline for eyeliner to give my eyes more of a brighter effect. And then this mascara, though, so far I like, which is good. I like the brush. I like the way that my lashes look with it on. I do not know yet if it like will flake or transfer or anything like that. I'll find out and let you know. But as far as like first time use and all that, I really do like it. And it's got a, I guess, what would that be, a fiber head to it? It's not a rubber bristle or anything. Okay. And then for bottom lashes, I'm going to use my MAC Extended Play Giga Black Lash. I didn't get any fallout with this, with these shadows. And even the like metallic ones I didn't. And I didn't spray them. I do think they would be more impactful had I sprayed them or even used a finger. How do I get that little hair? There. I had that one little hair I wanted to get. I just couldn't grab it up. Alright, so let me use this real quick. I don't think my lash line on this side is as dark as the other one, but that's okay. I'm not that concerned with that. But I do think that the shadow itself for the top is the same. I hope. It's so hard to do when you're doing one at a time. It truly, truly is. And I do think that if you were just wanting to try her shadows, this is another way of doing it without spending your whole paycheck, because I can tell you now, this whole collection, I've got it all but the lipsticks. And I don't think I'm going to get them, to be honest. And I didn't get the eyeliner. And again, I'm not getting that. I know that because I don't wear enough eyeliner. But so far, this whole collection is probably going to cost me probably about $400. So technically, it's about a whole paycheck, really, a weekly paycheck. And if obviously you don't need both blush palettes, I would assume you wouldn't need both. So you could get away with just buying one of them. But say you did buy all 3 eyeshadow palettes. I mean, it's going to run you, depending on how you bought it, because, I mean, I got the eyeshadow palette, and then I bought these 2 in a set. So, and then there was discounts good. So I really didn't pay, like, the full price for it. But if it was going to be your only purchase for the year, like, I think it's worth it in that sense for the amount of different shadows you get to make different looks and to have your, you be able to make your everyday look but yet be creative at the same time. And the thing with it is also it's like, the shadows are going to be good. They're going to last. They're going to be pigmented and last. So I feel like you're kind of, in a sense, getting your money's worth if you did purchase it. You know what I mean? But at the same time, do you need it? No, you don't technically need it. Especially if you have other, palettes in your collection. But if you wanted it, you wouldn't be disappointed in it. I would say that. So let's keep it like that. These here, I think these are meant for people to try Pat McGrath, to be honest. I don't think that these palettes were necessarily like for me. You know what I mean? Because I have her mothership palettes. I have her bigger palettes. I have all the other littler palettes, the 6-pan palettes. Although, I mean, these are nicer to stack in a sense. So, that's kind of nice. So I don't regret getting these. I just think that these are meant to as like a sampler in a sense. You know what I mean? But let me know if you got these palettes or not. I really did like this palette here that I used today. It's a very pretty palette. You're not going to get a variety. Well, you're not going to get a variety of looks because you got one matte. So right there is going to be your crease and outer corner shade in a sense. Or if you're going to do a halo look, you could do that. And then mix it up with these, metallic shades. So you can get a couple different looks, but in the end, it's going to be the same matte. You know what I mean? Same with the other palette because there's only one matte in it. Now, I haven't used that palette, though. So I really don't know, like, which one. They're probably both going to be the same as far as their Pat McGrath. You know what I mean? So it's going to be good. Blush palette, here's the thing. This is the one, if I can only get one, this is the one I would get for my skin tone for sure. Because it just goes with me. The other one seemed a little more darker, so I'm not really for sure yet how that's going to play out. I am waiting for it, so I will let you know as soon as it does come in. So I'm going to play with the other bigger palette too, because I know that is expensive and it is a lot of money. And, I want you to see if it's worth it or not for you to purchase it. Even though it is worth it for me, that doesn't mean it's worth it for everybody. But that is all I have for you in this video. If this video helped you, which I hope it did, in any way, or if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, ring the bell, hit all. That way you're notified of when I upload. I upload every day but Sunday. However, I have been uploading Sundays just because there's been so many launches. And I want you to see from a beginner's point of view on how they perform. And someone that has no experience at all with makeup. Let me make that very clear. So if you have experience, you may be able to use these products in a lot of different ways. But that is all I have. I will see you in the next one. And until then, stay safe, stay healthy. Bye.